Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
We are traveling all over Uganda to find hardworking farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need
to make their farms more productive and adapt to climate change.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice and turn their farms around into a profitable business,
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experience
on the Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
Whoa! This is a paradise on earth.
This is what they call neat.
Woo! This looks like my home.
Which home, Provision?
You know I can eat from here.
From where? Provision, stop it, you're embarrassing me. The farmers watching.
Alex!
Yes, Alex.
Yes, please.
Good to see you.
Yes, you are most welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good,
yes.
good, good.
How are you?
Who does this for you, Alex?
I myself.
Hi, Provision. I hope
Yes,
you
I
learned
do it
something from
myself.
this.
Is your farm as good as this?
As good as this.
Please
Very
show us.
nice.
Please
Very
show us.
nice. Yes, let's go.
The owner of this beautiful place is Alex Ochieng, and we are in Chitovu village in Mayuge district.
Alex, 46 years old, has been a full-time farmer since the tender age of 21. Whoa, so young to know what you want.
My parents were both farmers. During my secondary school education, I loved agriculture very much. And it is one of the subjects that I performed better at O level. So I had that interest in me. And when I grew up, I had to pick it and continue with this. So that's our family.
But this is no ordinary farmer. He has been fully trained by non-government organizations and knows how to get the most out of his 10 acres.
Alex started off with sugarcane farming, but was disappointed by the market. So he changed to horticulture instead. That's one sharp turn.
He now grows tomatoes and peppers. And he has installed an irrigation system, a must for his crops.
He also grows bananas, of course. Then he has cows. And I think I'll start with the cows. Our farmer has 7 cows and he gets 15-16 liters of milk per day out of the 2 of them. That's not much for Alex, who sees the future differently. His goal is to improve on the breeds, go into zero grazing and dairy production.
If I have something like 5 dairy cows and get the improved ones compared to these ones, the crossbreeds, that one can give me a good amount of milk. My income may increase and the standard of living may also change.
And for our expert from CKL, Michael Omol, it all starts with Alex's 3 heifers.
This is your future generation.
Exactly.
This is your foundation. So you have your heifers and you need to raise them in the best way possible. That is the main objective of getting better breeds or getting better milk production. You need to raise your heifer that they attain the right weight. So the weight that a heifer needs to attain at least on every day should be at least 0.5 to 0.8. That is 500 grams to 800 grams every day. For you to at least see the heifer attaining the right stage where now you need to introduce, let's say, a bull or do artificial insemination. Okay. So artificial insemination is where it's going to help you to improve your breed.
We don't have the bull, the crossbreed. We don't have them, or improved ones are not here. So we just depend on these local ones. Think that if I can get access to artificial insemination, that can help me.
It is very good, and that is the best way, and that is where the world is heading. People are doing artificial insemination to improve on their breeds. Okay. So you see, for a heifer, let's say they start from 3 to 6 months, there is a way you're supposed to take care of them in terms of feeding. Right now, I've realized that they are feeding on the napier. I don't know if there is anything else you feed your heifers.
It's only that.
You only feed them on napier. Okay.
Grass.
You don't supplement with any other thing?
No.
Okay. For the heifers, they really need to have a well-balanced diet in terms of feed that is giving them more energy and also giving them protein. So you'll realize when you're feeding your cows with just this kind of feed and not adding some protein, this is most of energy. It will help them to just grow, but they are not really getting to attain the weight and the required proportion of muscles that they need to put in, and their fertility issue also coming in the right manner. If you give only high energy, then they just store too much of fat and they don't show signs of heat, however much it is happening inside of them. So for you as a farmer, you're losing out. So it is important that you take care of that. The other aspect is you need to at least improve in terms of mineral supplementation. So it is important for you to give a salt. For example, I will advise today a salt like Maclic Plus. Maclic Plus is a highly fortified salt that is going to help your cows to show signs of heat in time. It helps them also in terms of fertility. They improve their fertility in the best way possible. Their reproductive system becomes better. So as they are growing and they're getting the salts, they are balanced in nutrients, they are balanced in even their bone formation and also in their fertility.
Now, how do I give them? How do I?
So you give 100 grams of the Maclic salt per day for your cows. That is about 4 to 5 tablespoons every day per heifer, yeah?
But again, does he mix it in anywhere or does he give it direct?
Yes. Now, for instance, right now he's feeding them on the napier grass.
Yes.
He'll choose to sprinkle, and they will love it. You'll find them just licking and taking it in an easy way possible.
What other feeds can I use to feed these animals?
There are other, what we call lush pasture, which involves things like desmodium, lucerne, there is the caliandra trees. You just get to feed them together with the napier, and it helps them at least to improve on the protein content. If you can afford to buy dairy meal, which has now the better percentages of the crude protein, it is better to do that.
Caliandra, rab, and so on, I can access them.
You can access them. That is wonderful. Over and above that, there is an aspect of deworming. You know, the heifers and our cows get to have a lot of worms. Then they tend to have diseases. They don't tend to grow enough weight because whenever you're feeding your heifers, they are competing with the worms. So I'll recommend that you get to do deworming. For these heifers, between 3 to 6 months, you deworm them every month. Then after that, you deworm after every 3 months. I'll recommend the use of a dewormer like Nails and Plus. Nails and Plus is a good dewormer that has cobalt into it. It helps your cows to grow very well as reducing on the worms that are available in them.
Is it good to keep them as keeping them here by tying them like that?
It is not proper animal welfare. The cows are supposed to be free. They can move whenever they want and not really tied, and they feel like they are in prison. I will advise, at least if you want them to be within your compound, to just have a crash around whereby they can move anytime they want. They can have access to the feeds. So you have your feed trough and you have your water trough whereby they can easily access water. They can easily access the feed whenever they want.
That last bit did not fall on deaf ears. Caris is already on it. He will construct that fenced area for the cows in no time.
Alex planted tomatoes on 1 acre 2 months ago. It's not time to harvest yet, but still to me, this garden looks great. However, our expert Philip Wasoma is a killjoy. He has found 2 diseases that have started affecting our farmers' crop.
The first disease is this one. It is wilt.
Wilt.
Yes. This wilt.
Tomatoes have wilt.
Yes.
Like bananas.
Tomatoes, they wilt. It comes when the variety is not tolerant to tomato wilt. So you have to go and buy a variety which is tolerant to that bacterial wilt.
Okay, like which type? Because this one, this variety is ASO.
You can get like Safa F1. It is a bacterial wilt tolerant variety.
Safa F1.
Yes, and it is high yielding. It is high yielding compared to this one, this ASO.
Sorry, Philip, I'm going to take you back.
Yes.
What causes it?
It is the soil which is causing that. So you need to test your soil before planting. Yeah.
Can't I spray and get rid of such?
With the bacterial wilt, you cannot spray it unless you just remove
Oh,
Yeah,
you
just
uproot
uproot
You
it.
just uproot and throw it away, or you burn it. Once you want to do away with this wilt, you just go and buy a variety which is tolerant.
Bacterial wilt is caused by a bacterium which is in the soil. It has no cure. It can only be managed by planting wilt-tolerant varieties, crop rotation, and banning the sick plants away from the healthy ones. And don't forget to use only clean tools. Always disinfect them. Alex, what did you plant before the tomatoes?
I had maize.
Maize.
I planted maize.
Would that affect the tomatoes?
No, because maize has its disease,
Okay.
which affects it,
Yes.
and also tomato has their disease which affects it. So they don't share the same disease.
Okay.
Is there a way we can get rid of this?
You have to apply lime in your soil such that those diseases can't show up when you plant them.
Lime helps to make the soil more alkaline, which will help it suppress the disease, but it will not cure it.
How do I mix? How do I apply it here?
There are two ways you can do like sowing, or you can just put it in the hole where you are going to put your tomato,
Okay.
your seedling. Then you mix it with the soil.
Can I do it now?
No, you cannot do it now. You wait for another season. You will plant tomatoes. That's when you'll apply it.
What other problem did we find out from our garden?
Yeah, this one is bosom end rot.
Hold on. Bosom, bottom.
Bosom, it is bosom end rot.
Bosom, so the rot at the bottom.
Yeah, it rots at the bottom.
What causes this?
It is lack of calcium.
Somebody told me that this is heat.
No, it is not heat. It is the disease, and it comes when the crop has no calcium. If you don't apply calcium when you are planting, or when you are doing top dressing,
Yes.
you can do it while spraying it. You have those fungicides which has calcium in it, but you can just spray them. We normally advise you farmers to apply calcium in your soil as you're top dressing. You're top dressing your tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go and get Easy Grow Fruit and Flower. Actually, it works very well during this stage of fruits. With fungal infections, they normally spread very fast during rainy season.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You have to spray even 4 times in a week. Yes.
To stop blossom end rot, you can foliar feed your tomato with a fertilizer rich in calcium, such as Easy Grow Calcium. Looking at our garden,
Yes.
what can you expect, even with all these problems and challenges he's facing?
Yeah, actually, it's going to get a good harvest. He will harvest like 35 tons. Yeah.
That's what
in
we
this
want.
1 acre.
Hey.
Yeah.
Good. So we're adding on the second acre. You know, with Ugandan food, you have to have a bit of salads, tomatoes with green pepper. But after the break. Oh, don't forget the onions in the salad.
Probisha, what do you think you're doing?
I told you I would eat off the floor. And I have my salads.
Now you're going nuts.
We are in Chitovu village in Mayuge district and we are visiting a very hard-working farmer, Alex Ochieng.
We've seen how we can manage his heifers and get rid of diseases on his tomatoes.
We will now look at his peppers and see if we can save them from pests.
And advise him on how to protect his banana plantation from pests and diseases. Where's the green pepper?
Oh, come on, get off already, Frob.
Caris, go and get me some green pepper, man. Green. Wait. Remove your thing. Ah, there are my peppers at last, and they look good. Alex planted peppers for the first time 6 months ago. He used to harvest 600 kilos from 1 acre every week. Every week! Whoa, that's impressive. But now the production has gone down and he's getting 500 kilos a week. It's still good, but there's a problem, or problems. Black and red spread mites.
This plant is affected by the mites. Okay. This folding of leaves, the bottom of this leaf, and then it makes those leaves to fold.
Okay.
Yeah. Once your garden is affected, then definitely the production is also affected. Once these pests attacks the plant, chlorophyll is taken away. Chlorophyll is the green coloring matter in the leaf, whereby plant nutrients are eaten. Yes. So the plant survives on that, on chlorophyll. So it is reduced. Those pests come when you have a nearby garden where there is a bush, or even when your garden is bushy. Yeah. Because they are coming to hide from there. Also, it comes when you are not spraying very well. Yeah.
But according to my garden here, I try as much as possible to see that I weed, I clear the bushes around. Now, what is the cause of this?
Maybe you may not be using the right pesticide or the right dosage as indicated on the bottle.
Philip recommends the pesticides Profeclon Croiler or Dimethyrin to control the mites. The ratio is the same for both, 25 milliliters in 20 liters of water, and you spray every 7 to 14 days.
Apart from spraying, what other measures can I take to control such?
Once your garden is weed-free, then you've cleared the bushes around your garden, definitely
you get rid of
this.
such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there is danger because I used to harvest 600 kilograms per week, but it has reduced to 500. So that shows that there is danger. But this danger can be manageable. It is manageable. So the productivity will increase if I'm to follow the directions that he gave me.
Meanwhile, there's more cause for optimism. Caris has finished the fenced area for the cows and has even made new water troughs for them. It's a temporary solution, but it will do for now, as Alex is already planning to construct a proper cow shed.
Yes, Alex.
Yes,
This is what we managed to do in the shortest time that we've been here.
Yes.
But what do you think?
Well, according to how I've been grazing my animals, in fact, I've been keeping them in a disorganized way. I think I'll go on improving on this. Thank you very much for this initiative.
You're welcome.
I'm really very, very, very appreciative.
Thanks to Caris.
Yeah, Caris, thank you for the construction.
Thank you.
Thank you for this initiative.
Yeah.
I'm really very, very, very much happy.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Well done, Caris.
But we are not finished with our shape-up yet. Alex grows bananas on 2 acres, and until recently, he was doing very well. But production started going down. For our expert from the National Agricultural Research Organization, NARO, Moses Eleso, there are several problems that require immediate attention in this plantation.
Yeah, my problem here is banana bacterial wilt, which has reduced my production here, as you can see. Yeah, I used to get about 30 bunches per week, but due to the banana bacterial wilt, the production has reduced.
Oh.
Yeah.
What symptoms did you see?
The plant turns into yellowish.
Yes.
And even the fruit itself also changes.
That's ripening.
Yeah.
When it's still young.
When it is still young.
And what did you do when you identify such a plant?
I bring a hoe and a panga. I cut that plant down. I remove it and take it somewhere. Then I chop it into 2 small pieces. Then I have to collect some dry grass and then I burn it. That's what I always do.
That is the right thing. the tools you use, like the panga you've used, the hoe you've used, you must sterilize it, either with jig, if you have, or fire. Also, you have to make sure that you don't leave the male, but after the bunch has formed, you must break it off.
The male flower attracts bees, which then spread the banana bacterial wilt to other plants. So you remove it with a forked stick instead of tools, so that you do not spread the disease with pangas or hoes.
Moses,
Yes.
you think there's another problem that is not just banana wilt?
Yeah, there is another problem, that is black sigatoka in this field. This is one of the causes of the low yields. It is a black sigatoka.
Black sigatoka.
And it spreads by wind and rain, so it's good to remove them when the leaf has dried like this. So you cut only the dry ones. Okay. Normally also you can gather them and burn if they're infected like this.
And then there's more, very devastating for bananas.
Banana weevil is one of the serious pests. When I inspected here, I found there are weevils. It comes as a result of not chopping these pseudo stems. Immediately after harvesting, you have to cover that place and also chop these things smaller so that they can dry. Okay. Otherwise, this acts as a breeding place for the weevil.
What I do after harvesting, I remove the stem and chop it into small pieces, and then I pile them together.
You don't need to pile them together. Leave it so that they can dry.
I just scatter them.
Yes, you can use the pseudo stem, split it and use it as a trap. So you get a piece like this and you split into half. So when you put it here, after 2-3 days, you come and check and you find the weevils gathered under that piece of pseudostem. Then you can destroy them, either put them on fire or crush. After trapping like that, you cover that place with the soil. Don't leave it open. Otherwise, the weevil can still go and lay the eggs.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah. So the most important thing that you have to do is the nutrition. You have a cultivar here which is called empologoma. It's a heavy feeder, and you have to feed the crop. If you don't do it, the bunch size will keep reducing. So every 6 months you should add manure. Add about 2 basins for every mat. It will overcome the problems of sigatoka, the problems of weevil. If you have to incorporate in some inorganic, you still mix it with this manure. It works better. Don't use it alone.
I was planning to put something like a three basins.
It is okay. There's, with the organic, there is no overdose. The manure releases the nutrients slowly, but the NPK will give a quick boost to your plant.
How much NPK?
50 grams. 50 grams for those 2 basins. Then
50 grams.
Around. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that idea is good, but I can't afford that one, inorganic one. Instead of using 2 basins, I can use 3 or 4 like that. That one can work better.
Despite all these problems, Alex still harvests impressive amounts. He is known as a model farmer in the region, so much so that schools organize visits to his farm and he showcases his irrigation system. Not only is this farmer willing to learn, but he's keen to pass on his knowledge.
Because this is the younger generation that we need to train. Agriculture is the backbone of this country, Uganda. So we need to train them and train more so that they can also go and train their parents, which I think is very good.
Alex,
Yes, hello.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's our time. We need to go.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
But
thank
we
you.
wish you the very, very best. And we had a good time here.
We did.
Thank you. The same to you.
Thank you.
Safe journey.
Such you.
Wow.
Everybody,
Enjoy your field trip.
enjoy your field trip.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next Shamba Shape Up Uganda!